been entrenched in a fight for autonomous governments against Turkey as they look to establish governance over the widespread Kurdish community in the Middle East. What more can you tell us about the PKK, Dr. Awad, and the possible reasons for the movements here?
As you know, the PKK have been fighting for long years against the Turkish government, and they have taken shelter in the northern part of Syria, northeastern part of Syria, where they have established some kind of a Kurdish democratic forces with the support of the United States during the 2011 Arab Spring, and where Syria was inflicted by all these jihadist groups. So they have been protected by the United States. They have taken shelter, and they have been turning into a force because the United States wanted to use them as a blackmail chips against Turkey in the future, because of that is what carries the ambition of all the Kurdish people in Iran, in Turkey, in Iraq, in Syria, to have an independent Kurdistan. So therefore, now with the Turkey falling on line with the Israelis and the American objective in the region, I think they wanted to ease the pressure along on these lines and not to use it at the moment. However, having said that, I will say that there is also a new development inside Iraq where the American and the Israelis are going to, after the Popular Front, which is considered to be a strong forces, and they wanted to dismantle these forces. Now, by they creating another face of the Kurdish forces in the northern part of Iraq, especially in the Kurdistan province of Iraq, that also gives you an indication there are more than the declaration to meet the eyes. What could be the objective of more chaotic situation in the region rather than having a sort of a solution? Because you do not make peace by force, or you're only creating a piecemeal in the whole region.
Dr. Wael Awad, thank you very much. Absolute pleasure to have you on the program. We now move on over to Southeast Asia, where protesters have held up an anti-Trump rally in downtown Kuala Lumpur as the US president attends the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or the ASEAN Summit. The rally, led by Parti Islam, see Malaysia, otherwise known as PAS, has featured chants and placards denouncing Trump's stance on Gaza. PAS leaders attempted to deliver a memorandum to the embassy, but said that no officials came forward to receive it. The protests come amid regional discussions on the recent Israel-Hamas peace deal, part of Trump's 20-point Middle East plan. Now, to discuss this is Dr. Satoru Nagao. He's a fellow at the Hudson Institute, and he joins us live from Tokyo. Thank you very much, Dr. Nagao, for joining us here on the program. What does this say about Malaysia's stance on Donald Trump? Of course, the Malaysian Prime Minister, President Ibrahim, was very close to Donald Trump in negotiating the Thai-Cambodia ceasefire deal. However, the public and these protesters in particular don't like the way he seems to have handled that deal in the Middle East. What are your thoughts, Dr. Nagao?
In this case, we are living the one kind of the global age. So that's why the international conference has happened. Of course, the demonstrators also try to join the demonstration. So that's why if the demonstration has happened in the venue of the international conference, we do not need to think that they are locals. So that's why, of course, there are plenty of reasons demonstration against Trump could happen. One is, of course, trade negotiation. Another one is a Middle East policy, or because Malaysia is a Muslim country. That is true, but at the same time, we should not think that they are majority of the Malaysia's opinion, or they are the part of the government policy towards Trump, President Trump, or this is Malaysia's public opinion. We do not need to think so. So this is one kind of common. This time the ASEAN meeting has happened. Next time there may be EU conference or United Nations conference. Every time we can find such kind of demonstration. But at the same time, we should not forget it. The Malaysian government is nearly signing a trade deal with President Trump soon. And the Malaysian government is very close to the ceasefire negotiation between Thailand and Cambodia. And in this case, Malaysia gets a diplomatic diplomatic achievement because of they cooperate with the President Trump. So as the chairman of the host country of the ASEAN meeting, they can show their presence. So this means that view from the Malaysian government, this meeting is very beneficial diplomatically. So that's why they do not need to show the strong stance against Trump's policy. So this is not the timing the Malaysian government want to show. So view from this situation, this demonstration is not representative of the Malaysian government and the Malaysian policy, I think, because this achievement is Malaysia nearly get. That is the timing. So demonstration is not related to Malaysia, we should think, I think.
Yes, Dr. Nagao, thank you very much for joining us here on NewsX World. It's always a pleasure to have you. Well, that is all that we have time for now. Apologies, we have one more story. Venezuela is conducting military exercises aimed at protecting its coasts against potential covert operations approved by the administration of US President Donald Trump, says the Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino. Trump authorized CIA operations in Venezuela and considering conducting ground attacks against alleged drug cartels in the South American country. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has denounced American aggression in the Caribbean, saying that the USA is fabricating a war against Venezuela. Let's listen in to what the Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino had to say.
Colombia debe saber que cuenta con la Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana. El pueblo de Colombia debe saber que cuenta de este lado con el apoyo moral, físico y el despliegue en nuestro territorio para enfrentar todas las amenazas que se ciernen sobre la frontera. El que no diga sí, se arrodille y diga sí, baje la cabeza ante el imperialismo norteamericano, ya corre el riesgo de ser señalado como narcotraficante. Esa es la estrategia, pues burda, una estrategia de verdad estrafalaria, una estrategia sin sentido, una estrategia vulgar que ofende la inteligencia de los pueblos de América Latina y del Caribe.
And that is a wrap on Gulf Today. Keep watching NewsX World.